Welcome back to another episode of the Strong Man Podcast with your host, of course, Cash, accompanied by my brother.
Kwasi, what's going on?
So, how's your week been, man?
Week been good, brother. Week been good.
Any new experiences? Any new encounters?
We always got new experiences and new encounters. But yeah, all in all, I mean, moderately eventful.
Moderately.
Or ain't too much shit happened, but some shit always happening. How about you though?
I've had a few things happen, actually. I ran for the first time
Oh shit! Yeah.
since I tore my Achilles. Those of you that don't know, I fucking tore my Achilles last, what was it, August 21st, 2022. Like a dumbass nigga playing basketball. Tore my Achilles, and I just ran for the first time. This has been the longest and most painful recovery out of any, and I've had a lot of injuries, my fair share.
Very injury prone guy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And that caused me to retire from basketball. I don't need to be playing no type of plyometrically sound activities
God bless.
because
God bless.
11 months and I haven't ran in 11 months. That's insane. But I'm back, ran a little bit. So I think once it gets to the 12-month mark, I should be able to be doing a full range of activities. But I did do something else new. Yesterday I did escape room. You ever did that before?
I've done a couple of escape rooms. Yes, a few. Yeah.
I just want to say one thing about the escape room. Nigga, fuck the escape room. Yo, I'm in there. First of all, I'm like a puzzle guy. Like that's the type of, I play video games and all that, and I like the puzzles. But
Yeah.
yo, when I tell
Cerebral.
you, sure, cerebral, Professor X. Yo, when I'm in there and I'm telling you these clues do not match up with what the answers are.
Let's have one example, please.
Perfect example. The clue says you get measuring tape. I unlock the lock. Boom, 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 bam, boom. The lock. It says measure 9 inches from the top, 5 3/4 left to right. It's a
I'm
map of
already
the
lost.
New York City subway system.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer was like 139. That was the answer that you're supposed to get. But
139th Street.
yes.
Shout out Harlem. Yeah.
But the answer that the measurement gives you was 125th Street. Zombieland. So I measured it. And
which side? Zombieland is literally one side of 125th Street. Let's
Listen,
not do the whole thing.
I'm not a Harlemite. I just know
I'm a Harlemite,
the
so
measurement it gave me was incorrect for the answer I needed. And I was so upset because me being, let's go back to last week, autism. I cannot
go. We not gonna be saying you autistic, dog. You're not about to
listen.
self-diagnose yourself.
I've been doing a lot of reading, and one trait of autism is if one thing doesn't make sense and you have a list of things to do, you cannot complete that list. For example,
Isn't that like a form of OCD?
no.
If one thing doesn't make sense and you cannot move on to the next thing unless that thing makes total sense, that's kind of OCD, my boy.
These are all those diagnoses are forms of being neurodivergent. Like any mental
Neurodivergent.
any mental
Okay.
any mental I don't know if you call it disability, any mental divergency that you have from being I forgot the term for normal people is, but it's all forms of being neurodivergent. So
dig it.
yeah, so I'm over here and I'm telling you it took me like 20 minutes to not get over this question. And I'm like, we could have escaped. I ended up dying. I'm not gonna lie, I died.
It's one of those that you die.
Yeah, it said you died on the screen. I was
But
dead.
I remember in escape rooms, I think you could skip. You can skip one of the questions or ask
Yeah,
the
you can
host
ask for a
for a
hint.
hint. Yeah.
That's another thing. So we end up asking for a hint. I don't want to ask for no hints because that's the type of nigga I am.
That's pride.
Ask for a hint.
I don't want to look at the
They
map.
gave us a hint. They gave us a hint to the question we already answered. So I'm like, there ain't no fucking hint.
Well,
But
okay.
that kind of sounds crazy because it sounds like I'm an angry black nigga and this is not an area where there's a lot of black people. So
Well, they're not supposed to. They're supposed to give you the hint for what it's supposed to correspond with what you're actually doing. not just a hint. Not just supposed to give me a hint. It's supposed to give me a hint for where I'm at.
Cause it was like I already got the answer to the question, and it was like the combinations. One of the locks was one of the train stations.
Yeah.
But I already had that. But well, this was my fault. It was like one of the sliding locks, and usually the sliding locks it has like it's in the front where you line it up like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And this one was on the side, so we spent like 20 minutes on that. And then there was another one where you had to sit down in a chair in a certain order, but then you look at the picture to find the order, and we knew that already. We've been doing this for the whole time, but we're trying to figure out how to sit in the fucking chairs. And bro, the picture had slightly different seating options than what you were supposed to sit in. You know how angry I was in there? And I don't have an anger management issue. I would say I have an anger issue because I manage my anger very well. I'll be angry as hell and just be chilling. But I do get very angry when things are like...
Well, would you say you just have a low tolerance for stupidity?
Sure, that's a more sound example or sound...
That's what I like to say. I don't say I have an anger issue or anger problems. Low tolerance for stupidity, right? Stupid shit happens. If shit happens that doesn't make sense, that's when temperatures start to rise.
Yeah, that's a fact. I hate being around people that just saying do stupid shit. Like, stupid things get super results, Stupid action gets super results.
Hey, man. Yeah, my parents did not raise me to react to stupidity well because they didn't react to my stupidity well. I was heavily scolded and was forced to think and come up with my own correction at times. So, yeah.
I mean, that's what
good parents do, my boy.
That's what you get graded on in school, is critical thinking. Thinking skills.
A lot of people critical thinking.
A lot of people have underdeveloped critical thinking capabilities.
This is true. They would often criticize me with questions and just leave me with that for me to answer. So I mean, yeah, that's
definitely how you build the thinker as opposed to telling them everything to do and spoon feeding them, because that's not gonna really help you in the real world.
Man, shout out mommy and daddy, man. Or
your man, daddy?
Huh?
Your dad?
Shout out mommy and daddy. Fuck you talking about?
Oh, mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
I thought you said my man, daddy. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
My man, daddy. What?
Listen, nigga, I don't know.
Come on, mommy and daddy. Come on. I thought you was about to come at me because I called my dad daddy.
Nah, I mean, I definitely
niggas have called, I'm on the phone with my pops. Hey daddy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little.
Fuck out of here.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that's.
Hey pop.
That's not gay or nothing. I just I don't think that's like a homosexual thing that I'm like ew. But it's just like I don't know. I won't call my dad daddy. Like one of my other mans calls his dad daddy.
Hey man, shout out to you niggas that criticize me and ain't even have fathers. Fuck you talking about? Or that's one for your ass.
That was necessary?
What you mean?
That was kind of crazy.
How's that kind of crazy?
Shout out to the niggas that criticize me don't even have fathers. You think that nigga had a choice if you had a father or not?
Hey man, why are you coming at me for calling my pops daddy?
Most people don't have dads in the areas that we grew up in.
Hey man,
most of my niggas don't even know they dads.
Then don't say nothing to me. When I don't say nothing about my relationship, about my pops. If it's negative, only positive remarks about this relationship with my daddy, my daddy.
Okay, that's a fair thing to ask.
Yeah, for. What you talking about? You about to criticize me and you don't even got one? You don't even what? Come on, bro.
Nigga said, how you gonna talk a shit and you don't even know what it feels like?
Oh shit! You don't even know what it feel like. You virgin? Come on, man. That was yeah.
Okay. But as someone that grew up that didn't really have the closest relationship with their parents, I always found it like interesting to see the dynamic that people have as far as a relationship with their parents. Like when I see guys that have like a best friend relationship with their dad, it's so like interesting to me because of how my relationship with my dad is. Like I know one of my boys, I remember one time he posted a story and he was laying in bed. And he was recording himself, and his dad just came down and just laid on his chest. And I was looking at that shit like, not on some that was like a sexual thing, but
my
it was just like,
father would look at that shit and have questions.
Nah, I don't.
My father paused me before. I ain't gonna lie to you. Facts. He didn't say pause, but he looked at me like, "What?"
Listen,
say that again.
What I'm getting at is not.
Yeah.
I'm not judging
That's
them
pause.
in a sexual way. But
laying on your son's chest is pause.
listen,
what are you doing?
It's just showing the amount of endearment and how close they are with each other. It's not about what he did in that moment. Because I could have said anything like him and his dad would play fighting or something like that. But that's like a type of relationship that's like interesting to me because I've never had nothing like that, and I wouldn't want that either because I'm cool with the relationship I have with my family members, but it's new to me. Like when like one of my boys, his mom be coming to his room just talking to him and stuff like that. Like we playing a game and his mom be like, "Hey, how was your day? Oh, I didn't say hi to you today." Blah blah blah. And I was just like, this nigga,
very suburban.
This nigga parents love him. Like that
very
shit crazy.
Suburban.
I guess that's what you call it. Some people in the hood got a relationship like that. Like their mom is their best friend, their dad's their best friend, and shit like that. Like even in the draft, I forgot who it was, but there was a guy. He got drafted. He was like 18, 19. Obviously, he's a lottery pick. And while he was being interviewed, he was like rubbing his mom's leg, like rubbing his knee a little bit.
I saw that. Yeah,
and
I saw that.
A lot of people were being like, "Oh, that's blah 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 blah."
It's just like a comfort mechanism, I think.
Yeah, it's like a coping when they feel stressed out.
Yeah.
And it's like it's very interesting to see those types of things happen in real time because
I get what you mean. Yeah,
I've never had no relationship like that with anybody. I don't even like being touched for real. Like, and that might be like a, "Oh, you got trauma."
Yeah, moms will look at me like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
coping mechanism. Well, see, I feel like some coping mechanisms hinder a child's growth in some kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you gotta have a coping mechanism where you're rubbing on my knee when you're having an interview on one of the biggest and best days of your life, what will you do when it's not the biggest and best day? And when stakes are higher, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, some kids got to be built stronger, built for tough. These kids this generation are not built for tough. These little niggas are soft. They have so many outs and so many alternatives that really don't allow them to build any mental or emotional callus, which just results in any time you just get smacked in the face with some reality, you fucking fall and you don't know how to get up without somebody saying, "Hey, it's gonna be okay. How about you get up?" And it's like, bro, just get the fuck back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be all right. You supposed to, at a certain age, you're supposed to have that fortitude to get up, wipe yourself off, and say, "I have to keep on going." But certain children in this generation, or most children in this generation, are told when they fall down, it's okay to fall down. Have your time on the floor. Be on the floor, because it's all right. Everybody has their time on the floor. And, yeah, just feel that. Niggas be like, feel, what do they say? They say sit in your emotions.
okay.
Right? And they say think about how you feel. And, man, all that's bullshit.
Nah, I don't.
All that is it's not all bullshit, but the message can be conflated, right? Similar to how Gary Vee says "fuck your parents," and if you take that message, just like how you take the sit in your feelings message, if you take the "fuck your parents" methods when your parents have supported you your whole life, and now they're giving you advice to go a certain way or do something else in life, right, that you may not agree with. Now Gary Vee, he says "fuck your parents." Now you're looking at your parents like they ops, when really they've been supporting you your whole life. And it's like, why don't you just critically, you know what I'm saying, analyze what they telling you, what you want to do, and then make an educated decision from there. Instead, you will sit in those feelings and be a weak ass person of society, which is not. We don't need that. We don't need that.
I don't think that.
I'm rambling right now.
I don't think that
I'm rambling.
I don't think that it's a negative thing for kids to be able to understand their emotion? Because at the end of the day, that's
not negative.
But you're saying okay,
it's not
so
negative.
Because this my thing.
But what
it's
I'm telling you is what the message does weakens you because you may take it the wrong way. You get what I'm saying? When you hear certain things in certain circumstances, they may give you an out. And that's not always what you need at the time. You don't need an out. You need a solution. And just thinking about how you feeling or realizing how you feeling does not give you a solution.
No, that's not the point of it. The point of it is to understand how you're reacting and what you're reacting towards as opposed to just blocking it off, because that's a problem that a lot of people have, especially like I could speak on from my job when I'm working with people that have been arrested for doing X, Y, and Z crime. They're reacting emotionally. They're not understanding the ramifications of their action, how to control their anger. If you sit in your emotion and understand, okay, I'm angry right now, but I have to control myself. I know this is gonna make me angry. I know if I do this, the implications it's gonna have on somebody else because I know how it felt when they did it to me. The effect that it could have on the situation, and being able to control your emotions, as far as knowing your emotions from a young age, as opposed to waiting until you're an adult to try to understand those things, can put you in a situation where you're doing things that are detrimental to your life and other people's life. Like if a guy that is in jail or prison for killing somebody because somebody said something to them and they went up to them, stabbed them,
I agree.
That's showing a different emotional intelligence as opposed to a kid that got punched in the face when they was a kid and then they wanted to go and maybe they wanted to cut the other kid and they told, hold on, wait, think about what you're doing right now. Think about the action versus the reaction, because every action has a reaction, yeah, but you also have control. The only thing you have control of is what you do and how you feel. You don't have control of how you feel, but you have control of what you do. Mm-hmm. What you do and how you feel are two different things. Like, me and you could get an argument right now, but I'm not going to jump over this table and try to fight you, because what benefit is that going to do for either of us? Mm-hmm. So that's a big part of having kids understand their emotions.
It'll prove your manhood over me. It'll prove that you're more of a man. That you're not a fucking pussy. That's what it'll prove. That you're more masculine. That you can beat me up.
Is that really what that's doing, though?
Hey, man. This is how niggas operate. What you mean?
All right, but niggas operating
emotionally I get over the table. I get over the table and I beat you up. Nigga, don't ever talk to me like that again. Because, yeah.
Yeah, but that's like very Neanderthalian. I was gonna say Neanderthalic.
Yeah, Neanderthalic is it though?
That's a very Neanderthalic process of thought.
Yeah,
and that's not really conducive to society of today. Yeah, even though that's how niggas operate in the hood and shit like that. But at the end of the day, you got to think, why am I still in this situation? Because I'm making these decisions over and over again, and it's never gonna better my situation in the slightest bit. But I also want to ask you about the whole fuck your parents thing, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that making your parents proud is something that you care about? Like, do you live your life in a way that when you make decisions like, damn, I'm trying to do this to make my mom and my dad happy or something like that?
What do you mean, just as I go in life?
Yeah. Like, do you base, like, your career choices or things of that nature based it off of, I got to do this because I make my mom proud or my dad proud?
It's not my primary thought, but I know that, with each milestone and, each positive thing that happens in my life, I know that my parents will grow more proud of me, but I don't necessarily think of how proud they will be, with that decision. I first think of how I'm gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I think about me first, and then I think about my family and how proud they'll be. Okay. Yeah.
Because me personally, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've never, maybe when I was younger, I was like, oh, I gotta go to school because blah, blah, blah. But that's because you're very sheltered as far as your process of thought when you're at home. But when you grow up and start expanding your friend groups, and not saying that people have an influence on me, but I'm just looking at you're learning as time goes on. At the end of the day, but when you're in high school, you're a child. When you go to college, that's when you start becoming a man. Those are your most, I would say from 18 to like 25, probably your most, or 16 to 25, like in that range, would be your most developmental years as far as your mindset in life. And I mean, a lot of things are parallel as far as I want to have money and stuff like that, and I want to, be able to support my own family when I do have one, and I know that that's parallel to what my parents would want. But like as far as like even with college, like I didn't graduate. Like I know my parents would be OD hype if I graduate school, but at the end of the day, what is that really gonna do? Like with my job now, I'm making more money, way more money now than I would have made with the degree I would have gotten from school. And I had to explain to my parents that, and they was not trying to hear it because they like, oh, I want my son to be college, because my parents didn't graduate from college, so they want that to be like, oh, I did a good job because my kid did something that I didn't do, or they accomplished something that I didn't do. But I think I've already done that because they wasn't making the same type of money that I was making at that age or anything like that. And it's like you have the same goal, but the path you're taking to get there is different than the way your parents would have wanted you to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the graduating thing and getting my degree, I really did that for my mom and my grandparents, because that's something that they wanted. So when that happened, I mean, there was elation for them. There wasn't elation necessarily for me because it took a long time because I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I did not care that much, and I just didn't put the effort needed to get it in full. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but when it happened, there was hype or whatever. But my father is more so of the thinking that, hey, dog, it don't really matter if you get the degree or not. What are you doing in life? What are you doing to get the money? How are you establishing yourself? How are you building some economical security and foundation? That was really his thing. I mean, even though he is a college, graduate or whatever, he went to NYU, but that shit wasn't the most important to him. And that comforted me. But that also kind of hindered me because, I mean, if you're doing something and you got to go to do something, it's better that you complete it, whether you're doing it for you or you're doing it for somebody else, especially something like college, because I just let that shit hang on the back, you know what I'm saying, hang over my head or whatever, even though I had, a career working for the city or whatever, and I was making, more money than I probably would have made with my degree. Yeah, and still am. I mean, but, they proud. And right now, my thing is to just grow more and do more for myself. And I know that if I'm doing more for myself, it'll correlate into them being proud. I mean, I don't worry about how proud or not proud they'll be. I'm a pretty exceptional guy. If I would say myself, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm exceptional compared to who I would be compared to in society. But I'm not exceptional compared to who I want to be in society.
Okay, that's fair. I mean,
yeah.
I think that's how everybody feels. Like, you always want...
Niggas do not feel like that, bro.
Nah, I mean, they're not exceptional compared to where they want to be. I mean, some niggas do think they the illest niggas all time and shit like that, but I don't really understand that mindset because... How? Like, niggas that be out here flashing money and all that shit, and then they really don't be having money. They just want to look like it because it gives them some type of social gratification.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think like a social I mean, I already know the answer, I guess, but has there ever been a point in your life where like you felt like your social credit score was something that you basically wanted the most? Like you wanted to be like the cool guy or the nigga that everybody wants to be like or be around or something like that?
Social credit score. I would say my social credit score was probably lowest when I just first got to FDA, my high school. like, or no, when I got there in middle school, because I got expelled, like during spring break in 8th grade because of a fight. I was in Catholic school, and then I went to FDA, and I was there 8th grade, and I got there, and that whole 8th grade class was with each other from like 6th grade. And all them niggas knew each other, first, last name. And then I get there, I come in there, niggas looking at, who's this nigga? First of all, who comes to school? Who is a new nigga in school in April? That's crazy.
Yeah, that isn't.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I came to FDA in April. You know what I'm saying? So they looking at me like, and then the homeroom teacher, which was a math teacher, Miss Oquimba, she didn't have the a lot of people like Miss Oquimba. A lot of people, favored her as a teacher because, she was a good teacher. But in Catholic school, we wasn't nowhere near the math that they was doing at FDA. So when I came to FDA, I was like a little lost. And I wasn't in school for like 3 weeks because in Catholic school, they suspended me for 2 weeks before they expelled me, which my mother wanted to slap the shit out of niggas for doing. Because why are you keeping my son out of school? Just tell us we expelled so we could go somewhere. But they told me I was suspended 2 weeks. Then I got expelled. But then I got to FDA, and she didn't have the best disposition towards me as an incoming student. And it was also that was her frustration. It was like, damn, like I gotta teach this student, this new kid in my class. He doesn't really know the work. And you know what I'm saying? So it was just like she was just off-putting a lot. Along with that, the kids in the school, it's like a lot to deal with. But I mean, I'm from, like, they was all from Harlem, so it wasn't like too much. But then again, every nigga in that school, when I got there, because I was from 135th, they thought I was OY. You don't really know what that means because you're not from Harlem, but niggas thought I was OY. So basically, the whole, like, most of the school thought I was an op. And I had to operate, I had to just cop please, even though it's not copping please, because, nigga, I am not a gang member, bro. I'm not a street nigga. I'm not a gang member, but everywhere I went, yo, you OY? Where you from? Oh, you OY? I seen you with OY. I just play ball, bro. You see me with them because I play ball. You didn't see me with them because I'm OY, bro. You didn't, like, just think about it. Like, And that was when my social credit score was the lowest. Yeah, man. So it was just a lot of asking me if I was OY, if I was this, if I was that. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not OY. I'm not. And yeah, man, that was probably when my my social credit score was the lowest for sure. When I first got to FDA, did I want to be the man? I didn't have aspirations of being the man. Yeah, I mean, there is some part of you that yearns for acceptance and a certain level of popularity, I guess. But I mean just be you, bro. I mean that came, along the line with it. You know what I'm saying? That came with it, but it wasn't like I searched for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was just, 8th to 9th grade, and then totally dissipated after that. I don't give a fuck. I was funny, so yeah. I don't really gotta do much for people to gravitate towards me. I'm saying.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. Like, I didn't really care. I cared. I definitely did care, actually, but I couldn't do nothing because it was like, nigga,
what the fuck you gonna do about it?
Nah, you can't really do nothing because be ill nigga back then. You had to be fly. Niggas didn't have no money.
You had to do a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, yeah, and that too. Listen, bro. Took me a minute to get, my money up in high school. Just coming to school. True Religion hoodies. True Religion jean jackets. Biggies. Bro, I never had a Marmot in my life.
Nah, me either.
I've never had a Marmot.
I never even owned Trues.
Oh, come on. I've owned Trues. You, nigga, come on, man. If you ain't know, Marshalls was selling truths.
Nah, Marshall was definitely selling truths.
Marshalls was selling truths. I don't know what y'all.
And you had to go to the outlets.
I was going to the spots for getting them for $300. I was going to Marshalls getting them for like $120.
Yeah, I wasn't paying $120.
Gucci getting some truths in. I think Marshalls had. Did they have Tavanides? They didn't have Tavanides. It was like some other shit.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
But Tavanides that might have been a Harlem thing as well.
Yeah, that was
Tavanidi jeans, and then they had Tavs. Damn, that was a time. Tavs?
Nah, niggas definitely
Tavs in the 8 solos. Stop, man.
Nah, back then, I'm not gonna lie, Harlem was definitely
Rugbies. Oh man, yo. Boom, my stepfather, polo fiend. Then what was it? My little brother was born. Right when I was getting expelled, my little brother was, and then my stepfather was living with us. Polo fiend, and we was the same size because he was just mad skinny, and I was like short and long. So I just used to wear all his shit. So wear all his polo shit. You know what I'm saying? Polo vest, polo Yeah.
Yo, how you feel about niggas sharing clothes?
I didn't share clothes. I took my stepfather's clothes.
No. I'm not talking about you, but that just made me think about it. Like niggas would be like, yo, bro, like your man.
And it was outerwear. It's not like we wearing the same polo shirt. I only took outerwear. I never
that's
shared.
30 though, like a jacket.
Yeah,
Okay.
a track jacket. It was like he had like 2 different track jackets, a vest, sweater. But like we never sharing something that directly touches your underpit. Stop.
Yeah, okay. But how you feel about niggas that be sharing clothes with their mans? Like, I know that's and with females, that's like a super accepted thing. Like that's a known thing. Girls share clothes, but a nigga like yo, bro, let me wear these shoes.
All of my niggas together, we came from the bottom. We used to wear each other clothes.
So you was sharing clothes?
No,
that's what
I'm stating that it's a common culture amongst niggas from the hood. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing it. Who would I have to share clothes with? Who? I mean, niggas on the basketball team,
friends,
but
nigga?
Yeah, I had friends, but none of my niggas was fly to the point where I'd be like, yo, let me borrow that. Like, and it wasn't. We didn't even have that thirst to look a certain way to where we'd be like, yo, nah, bro, you gotta let me borrow that. I don't. Nah, clothes, nah. I can't, nah. Not even a fucking Who Are You vest, nigga.
So you would jack wearing a nigga chain?
Shout out Who Are You? She, huh?
You would jack wearing a nigga chain?
A chain? Yeah. Would I jack it? I would accept it. I wouldn't.
Like you would ask your man to wear his chain?
No.
Would you let your man wear your chain?
I would. I have. I've done it. I have let my mans wear my chain before.
I don't know. I don't like none of that. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
but I haven't. I've never worn another guy's chain.
Okay.
I had to change. My fault. Big pimpin'. Shit me. Nah, but I mean, I didn't look at it as a slight on him at the time, or even now. I didn't really look at him as like, nigga, you want to wear the chain? Wear the chain. I'm not wearing the chain today.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Nigga asked me to wear something. I'm looking like he's fucking crazy.
Word?
Yeah, like super crazy.
Tough.
What you mean? Can you wear what? No, nigga, you crazy? Like, that's why I'm glad I grew up as like an only child. Even though I have a sister, but she's 17 years older than me, so she was like my mom.
Wait, my man's had given me a couple shirts. Matter of fact,
he gave it to you, or he let you wear it?
Nah, he gave it to me.
All right, that's different.
Yeah, it's not like I wore it. Then he was like, "Yo, I need it." Nah, it was like he gave it to me.
Once my clothes touch your body, that's it.
He gave me a
unless like you my girl or something.
What? My man's he was 6'4". I say he was because he's not my man's no more. But yeah.
So you just got that nigga clothes floating around in your rotation?
What you mean?
Like he gave you the clothes and now you're not messing with him no more and now you jacking the clothes.
I was 17 years old.
Oh, I'm thinking, nigga, I don't know what timeline. You didn't give me no timeline.
16 years old.
This was back when you was OY. That's what that was.
Oh wow. Are we gonna start that narrative again, buddy? Huh? I'm not OY. Okay, I've had to say it enough times in my life. I don't want to say it no more.
So you OG?
Nigga said I'm OG. you mean YG? Because YG had beef with OY and OY was OYG, and I never understood why OY and YG had beef if one was a derivative of the other. fucked my whole mind up.
Nah, I had watched a video of about that whole shit. It'd be like these white niggas on the internet. I don't know what. Yo, it be blowing my mind. These niggas know so much.
They know everything. They know everything.
And they don't even.
It's
some
nigga
from UK. I think they travel over us. This nigga that made the King Von documentary.
He's from the UK.
I think so. I mean,
I watched his videos. Alter his voice?
Nah, I think in his YouTube videos he be having the English accent.
Oh, so it's different ones.
But yeah, like how the fuck you find out all this information about beefs that's going on? I be watching like it'd be like very niche content about drill rappers in New York.
Yeah.
And it be niggas from New Zealand and all type of shit.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. I don't understand niggas that be in a whole other continents and they be like emulating American shit. Like this niggas that's Crip and Blood in fucking England. Like nigga, how that happen?
Shout out to the man them.
No, fuck them niggas. Alright, let me not say fuck them niggas.
That wasn't a good accent. I do better, but shout out to the man.
It's just interesting to see that. Like I be seeing niggas in Africa that be jacking their blood.
That's funny as fuck. That's funny. I ain't gonna lie. That's funny.
That shit is mad funny. Niggas
Blood gang.
Yeah, niggas have whole music videos. They be having truths and shit.
Oh yeah, I be seeing that. Oh my son, yeah, best sorry. My son Jay Black or Jay
Black, the nigga that get light.
Nah, I'm not talking about him. But it's some dude, Jay something from Ghana. You know what I'm saying? You know? He's a rough boys. Yeah.
I guess that's their being masculine.
They are gangsters.
Jacking their blood and shit like that.
They are gangsters. We are gang members, hooligans, thugs, robbers. That's what they do, man. I mean, it's a persona.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? It's not really, nigga, you didn't get jumped in. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they understand the politics of it.
Definitely don't.
They don't understand the politics of it, but it's the bravado and, you know, the persona that comes along with you labeling yourself this such thing, right? And then you now want to follow the steps of niggas who you see jacking that shit also. It's conducive to their life or what they want to do in their path, right? So I'm saying we let them niggas be, man.
Yo, speaking of getting jumped in, you seen what happened to Errol Spence?
Let me tell you something. I was on this couch and I fell asleep watching something. I wake up at 11:40. I get my links. I'm like, nah. Hurry up, get my links. I put that shit on the TV. About 4th round. Why is he beat up already?
Yo.
Why is he beat up
that
already?
Nigga got knocked down in the 2nd round.
Why is he beat up already?
And in the 3rd round, the doctor came in to check him during the 3rd round of the fight.
Why is he got beat up? And he looked slow.
Yo.
And he looked mad slow. It was like, like, it's not even, you know when a nigga's beat up in a fight on a UFC fight, I think it's more comparable like in a UFC fight because they could get fucked up really easily. But he's still in it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still throwing quick. Boom, 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 boom.
I'll give it to him. He's definitely a warrior, but there's a lot of different aspects that can contribute to him looking like that.
I would have rather him just get knocked out. I didn't want to see all that.
So, look.
Like, knocked out early.
Boxing is by far the most dangerous combat sport. Way more dangerous than UFC. And let me explain to you why. A lot of people think that the UFC is more dangerous because it looks crazy. It's definitely more violent, more bloody. Niggas getting kicked in their head. Yeah. They cranking their necks back. Yeah. But think about this. When you get knocked out in the UFC, right? Mm-hmm. You get knocked down and they climb on top of you. Boom, boom, boom. And you're like, whoa, he's killing him. But think about it. How many times did he get concussed?
Who,
One
Errol?
time. No. The UFC fight I got knocked out.
Yeah.
One time. Mm-hmm. He got knocked out clean. Yeah. Hit him a couple times. Yeah. So the ref could end the fight.
Yeah, dig it.
Now think about boxing. How many times can you get knocked down in boxing? You get knocked down every single round. Yeah. And when you're getting knocked down, majority of those times you're being concussed. It's not like you slip. He hit you and your brain shut off for a quick second, came right back on, and you got up for your 10-second count. You wipe your gloves off and you get right back in there. You get multiple concussions during a boxing fight.
So you feel like getting knocked out is a form of a concussion?
It definitely is.
Never thought about it like that.
Yeah, it's your brain. Your brain is bouncing around inside of your skull. Like there's a small amount of space in between your skull and your brain, and you get hit so hard that your brain is bouncing from side to side, and then your body shuts down. So, think about Errol Spence, right?
So what is the what's the term should I use? Biological or neurological mechanism that makes your legs just stiff up when you get hit? That's the brain.
I'm not too sure.
Knocking equilibrium off.
Yeah, I'm not too sure as far as the I think it's just your brain shutting down. So your body has to shut down because your brain shuts down. Your brain controls your body. But think about Errol Spence, right? Well, both of them really, because Terrance Crawford had a near-death experience too. But you know what happened to Errol Spence with the car accident, right?
Yeah, I saw the video.
That's fucking crazy.
That's
this nigga
crazy.
Survived and he's still fighting.
No seatbelt.
That's what saved his life. He was driving over 100 miles per hour in his car.
He had no seatbelt on.
Car crash. He got to a car accident. Ejected from the front window of his car. Knocked all his teeth out. Fucked up his eye. All type of shit. He survived.
Attached retina. No jaw.
Yeah, and then he came back.
No teeth.
And he was still fighting after that. He had just won one of the biggest fights of his career, and then the next month that happened.
Got an accident. Yeah.
So think about the neurological damage he went through during that car accident.
Yeah.
Then he fought 2 more times, and people were saying, I'm not really a super big boxing fan. I'm more of a UFC guy myself.
2 car accidents too. He got another car accident where he was rear-ended.
Yeah, but that one was the most like dramatic,
But when you think about it, that, also to compound on what you're saying, football players talk about how when they playing the games, next day feels like they was in a car accident. I don't think they're not exaggerating, because when they're pro athletes who've been doing this shit, and now they're in the NFL, and then they tell you, nigga, Monday I feel like I've been in a car accident, and that's every week. Then now I think about the guy who doesn't play this combat sport every week. He does it, on a month-to-month basis, but it's not to that extent because he's sparring, right? Mm-hmm. But then you get in 2 car accidents and then you still boxing. I mean,
yeah,
that's
so
a lot of.
You gotta think about how much damage his brain is taking.
Compound
Then
effect.
on top of that, right? Boxers, every fighter cuts weight. That's the craziest part of boxing. So Errol Spence walking around might be like 180, and he's cutting down to 147. Think about how much weight that is. That's like you cutting down.
That's like me cutting down to 147.
Yes. And think about the effect that's going to have on your body and your brain, because at the end of the day, your brain is
not used to.
You're depriving your brain of water.
Mm-hmm.
So that's having its own neurological effect.
Mm-hmm.
Then on top of that, to rehydrate yourself to fight,
mm-hmm.
your brain is the last part of your body that rehydrates. So he's coming into the ring already.
This guy knows a lot of stuff.
You're coming into the ring.
Didn't know that.
Already fucked up because you fighting your whole life and got into 2 crazy car accidents that you could have retired off of.
Yeah.
Came back, you won 2 fights. He's a great fighter, but you're coming back to the ring and you're getting fucked up again like that. That's why people is like, oh, Stephen A. Smith sounds crazy saying he's
I ain't gonna lie to you. Stephen A. Smith explanation sounded like it was right on. I'm not gonna lie to you. When he explained everything, and then he also had a boxing expert come, but the boxing expert said, listen, if you ain't gonna retire, at least a year with like not doing nothing. Like sit down in your house, don't spar, don't do nothing, don't throw hands, just sit down for a year.
Because you're compounding interest on the fact that
and
you're
he's
having on your
young.
brain.
I didn't even know. Dog, what's that? Errol 28-1, and then Boy is 40-1. So I didn't know Terrance had that many more fights than Errol.
Yeah, I'm not sure their exact records, but they both have years left in their career, but it's just Errol Spence has been through so much. I mean, Terrance Crawford has been through things too. He got shot in his head.
Yeah,
You know about that?
Yeah, I heard about that too. During the fight.
Yeah, both of them had near-death experience. He got shot in the back. I think he was leaving a dice game that he won, and a nigga tried to kill him and shot him in the back of his head through his car window, and the bullet slowed down because it had to go through so many things, and then he had the bullet in his head, and he had to go to the hospital, and he drove himself to the hospital.
Yeah.
And they were saying like the bulletproof man versus the invincible nigga or whatever they would promote the fight as, but
I didn't see the video of the shit that Charlamagne was talking about. He going body shot for body shot. I wanted to see that shit too. The body shot. He said Errol Spence was outside the crib with some big dude that was like 250 going body shot for body shot. And that was Charlemagne's justification as to why he thought Errol was going to win the fight, because the nigga was just going body shot for body shot, bare knuckle with a nigga that was 250.
Nigga, boxers hit harder than regular people. Like,
And I was thinking the same shit. I'm like, so it doesn't 250-pound nigga who don't know how to throw a good punch. I mean,
yeah, like Gervonta,
like, he's a 250-pound nigga.
You ever seen that time Gervonta Davis was on? I forgot what boxing show it was. It was on like SportsCenter or some shit, and they had like the boxing bag that they have every boxer punch every time they go on the show. Yeah. He beat Deontay Wilder's record.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So think about that. This nigga is probably walking around like 150, 160, and he's hitting harder than this nigga's like 260 pounds.
Yeah,
like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah.
But going back to the fight, I've never seen a nigga in my life, and I've been watching a lot of combat sports for the past like 5 years. Never seen.
Yeah, you're a combat sports guy.
At this level with the stakes this high, somebody get outclassed like that ever. Like that was like the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. Like it looked like they shouldn't even be in the ring together. That's why Stephen A. Smith. That's why his claim sounds more valid, because these are two of the best pound for pound fighters. Period. And this nigga made Terrance Crawford made Errol Spence look like that. He made him look like a little kid. It was like I was in there boxing with him.
Yeah. It didn't look good. It didn't look like a competition.
It did not.
It did not look like something that he was like, oh, this is what I paid for? Like, that's what it looked like.
But going back to the weight cutting thing, as you get older, it's harder to cut that weight. So Errol Spence, that's why in all the post-fight interviews, Errol Spence was like, yeah, I want the rematch, but I hope we could go to 154, because that's the next weight class up. Because he probably can't make that weight as easily anymore. And it's hard for him coming down from however much he weighs. Say he weighs 180 pounds, coming down to 147. Nigga, that's 33 pounds that he's cutting.
That's tough.
And it's going to affect your endurance, your strength, your mental capabilities. Like, you're not going to be as sharp.
But he was also slow.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to
punches really slow. Like,
you can't be as sharp if you're depriving your body of all the nutrients that it needs to function.
When I lose weight, I'm faster. I jump higher. I move faster.
Losing weight and draining your body of weight is two different things. Because you're not really losing weight. You're just losing the water that's inside your muscles and inside your body. Yeah. So you're just drying yourself out completely, like a piece of Fonto or something. And then you're trying to get all that hydration back in 24 hours. Yeah. It's never going to be the same.
Interesting reference you made there.
I was trying to appeal to the audience.
I see. Like a piece of Fonto. Okay.
But yeah. Sorry about man.
I didn't want to see that. I watched those last 4 or 5 rounds in agony and just upset. I was upset that I didn't see how it started, but I was also upset because I mean, you want the underdog to do something. It's like, my nigga, it's like you wanted him to have a chance, but every time he threw a punch, it didn't look like he had a chance. Like, every time he threw a punch, like, boy was not. He probably tagged Errol. I mean, he probably tagged Crawford probably like 12 times from the time I was watching. None of it affected him. None of it. Good body shots too. Couple jabs, like a couple, which is like, I ain't gonna lie to you. That, and then the percentages they showed at the end.
Yeah,
it looked like Canelo Mayweather.
Yeah, Terrance Crawford.
Dog, that shit was crazy.
He landed 50% of his
Bro,
strikes.
It looked like Canelo Mayweather. Like, do you remember the Canelo Mayweather scorecard?
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. Like, that's what it looked like. And it was just like, damn.
But that was different because Canelo was young and Floyd Mayweather
Canelo was young.
But these two guys were in their prime right now.
Yeah.
But speaking about boxing, how's your boxing journey going? I know you said you was getting in the ring a little bit.
My boxing journey's going well. I haven't boxing like the last week or so. I've just been a little busy, but boxing's going good. I mean, I'm learning the fundamentals. I'm getting the fundamentals down packed right now. My trainer, what's his nigga name? Fred. Yeah, he wanted me to fight.
So you think you were gonna ring a fight? At what weight class would you fight? Cause
that's what the nigga said. He said light heavyweight. Cause I was heavy when I first was going to the gym, but I've been in a deficit for like 2-3 weeks, so I'm down to like 180. I was probably like 190 when I started boxing. But he was saying he want like light heavyweight. That's what he's saying.
Them niggas gonna hit hard at that side.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, goddamn, light heavyweight, you got me fighting some big ass niggas, man. Goddamn.
Yeah,
I'm like, you gonna have to teach me how to fight for real.
Yeah, nigga. I mean,
But
of course,
he's also saying he wants me to fight because of the progression he's seeing in such short time.
Yeah, more people. Some people are more adept. Because I was talking to my girl about this other day. My girl box, and she want me. I've been saying that I want to get into some type of combat sport, but my leg has been my hindrance.
Yeah.
So like I want to do like kickboxing more so because it's like you kick a nigga in a fight. That's it. Like,
I know a couple niggas that end the street fights with the kicks.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, everybody's gonna expect you to be punching. Oh, that's what niggas used to.
You will end a street fight with a kick to the sternum.
Nigga, you
end it.
Nigga, you kick somebody.
He's going down.
You kick somebody in a leg, it's over. Nigga, you get hit with that one leg on your little perennial nerve, nigga, and you can't walk no more.
That.
That's it's a nerve that goes.
That nigga been watching a lot of combat sports, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, he talking like Joe Rogan right now. What the fuck is a perennial nerve?
It's a nerve that it goes down your whole leg, and if you hit it a certain spot, it'll just shut your leg off. You can't walk. Like you literally, it's not that it hurts so bad, you just can't. Like your nerve is shut down.
That's tough.
And that's what I'm trying to get on my perennial shit.
Where do you have to kick a man to attack that particular nerve?
It's on the outside. The outside of the leg.
Outside.
Yeah. It's like a high calf kick.
I ain't gonna lie, if I kick a nigga, I'm gonna try to break his knee. Like kick through the kneecap.
Oh, you gonna try to do I think that's called the oblique kick. Hit that right. But
something like that. So nigga
I want to
catch it.
Yeah.
That's also something I think about. Like you can't throw the kick too high. I'm saying because the nigga could catch your foot.
Yeah, and he can flip you when it's over. But I want to do like kickboxing, maybe like some type of grappling like jiu-jitsu, just so I could know how to finagle my way out of shit. I
know a few bodybuilders that went into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it doesn't matter how big you are. If you know your shit, like you're not gonna win. Like the big like you ever seen Bradley Martin, the big guy that be asking, and he been asking people like, oh, you think I beat you in the street fight, blah 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 blah. Yeah. And he asked Devin Haney. I think it'll be Devin Haney because if he grabs him, it's over. But he asked Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz, you know who that is? Yeah. So Nate Diaz is like a legendary UFC fighter. He beat Conor McGregor, all that. Well, he is
didn't he say nigga?
I mean, he's like from Stockton and he's Spanish, so I mean, like he grew up around niggas.
So he copping please for niggas.
Yo, if you walk downstairs and go to.
I didn't say Spanish. I don't know where he's from. Just because your last name Diaz.
He's Spanish, nigga.
Cameron Diaz can't say nigga.
Spanish nigga.
Can Cameron Diaz say nigga?
He's a Spanish nigga.
Can Cameron Diaz say nigga? She'll get killed. Cancel.
Yeah.
Out of here. Cameron Diaz can't say nigga.
But she is not.
You want to tell me about Diaz?
Cameron Diaz is not a UFC fighter. She was a fighter.
I'm trying
that's two different
Cameron
things.
Diaz's last name Diaz.
Right,
I always used to wonder about her. Like you look so white, girl.
We're talking about
how your last name Diaz? Where you from?
Spanish. Being Spanish is an ethnicity. That's not a race.
I don't know. All right, cool.
Race: black, white, Asian. And you fit into one of those things. So Dominican people say they're not black, they're Dominican. They're talking about they're ethnically Dominican.
Hispanic / Latino X is a ethnicity, I believe.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Or a race.
But you could be white.
No, it's a race.
No, it's not.
It's a race.
No, it's not. It's
Latino X.
That's that's your ethnicity.
So
it's like
So what are Spanish people? Black?
They can be black or white.
Tough.
See, if you're from Spain,
this is why niggas be coming at them sometimes, because you really not white. You're not white, but you're white facing. What are you talking about? You could be white or black.
You could identify as white. If you're from Spain and you're Spanish, Spain is where? Europe. There are white Spanish people. You can be Dominican and also be white. You can be a white Dominican. Or you could be a black Dominican.
You could be a white Dominican. You know how many Dominicans say, yeah, I can be a white No.
Yeah, you can.
Nah.
Ethnicity
the white facing Dominicans is championing what you're saying right now. But deep down, they know it's bullshit. Deep down, they know it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
If your ancestry is leaning more towards European, then you can identify as being a white person.
But it wouldn't lead more towards European.
Why?
Because you're fucking Dominican.
Nigga, what the hell are you talking about? The slave trade came from where?
Mm-hmm.
Europe. slave trade took African slaves.
I don't want to do history, but go ahead.
Fuck
Go
it.
ahead. Go ahead. Teach.
Nigga.
Teach us.
It's just what I'm saying. You can be a white person that's from a different place, and you can be a black person that's from a different place. You can be black and be Brazilian. You can be white and be Brazilian also. The country that you live in does not define what race you are. Just like, this is conspiracy theory shit, but I mean it's true, but it's conspiracy theory shit. We're getting off topic, but I'm gonna just say this last thing. During World War II, a lot of German people went to Argentina, and if you look at the Argentina football team, there are a lot of blonde hair, blue eyes niggas because there's Aryan people that they fled from Germany and went to.
Where's that other spot in South America? There's a country in South America in the mountains where a lot of Nazis are at.
That's Argentina.
Is Argentina?
Yeah, that's South America.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, I don't know what the fuck we was talking about before. But
wait, what show? What show did you hear that on? Somebody was talking about that.
that's the truth. I don't remember what show it was.
Yeah, somebody was talking about that. How it's just like a Nazi. There's just descendants of Nazis like in the mountains or some in South America somewhere, and they speak German.
Yeah, because that's where they came from.
Yeah.
All right, getting back to the topic of boxing. How important do you feel it is? Well, I feel it's the most important thing that a grown man can do, but just learn how to do some type of hand-to-hand combat. Self-defense.
How important is it for a man? I feel like it's very important, but at the end of the day, doesn't it depend on the man and how that man leads his life particularly? You know?
But I mean,
it's important to be able to defend yourself as a man.
I think that everybody in every walk of life should learn how to fight. Just learn how to. You don't never know what situation you're gonna be in. You know how much time people have been in situations where if they knew how to fight even a little bit, it would have saved their life, or they wouldn't have sustained some type of injury where that's been super detrimental to their life.
I think you need some form of defensive awareness.
It's more than just that, because you could be the most aware nigga in the world, but if you a little bitch, then you gonna get fucked up for your whole life. Nigga, you walk around New York City, you don't never know what could happen to you. You be on the train, a bum just come and beat the shit out you, and now your whole life has changed, broke your jaw. You could lose your job because of the disability that you gained from fighting.
You better carry that pokey on the train.
Even more than that.
Carry that pokey.
That's another thing I want to talk about too. Like, I feel like niggas that shoot niggas is pussy. Because a lot of times when you shoot somebody,
a nigga will stand in front of you with a gun and say, "Tell me different, nigga."
All right, but that makes you tough because you can shoot me. Anybody can shoot anybody. A little kid could. You think about that little kindergarten that shot that white lady down south.
He's
tough.
Can I just hold that thought? So I just want to harken back to it. Probably like 9th, 10th grade, right? And I'm chilling around some hood niggas, and one of these niggas say, "One of my favorite thing to do is shoot at niggas early in the morning, bro." That's literally what he said. He was like, "Yo, that's one of my that's it. One of the funnest things to do, bro. Shoot at niggas early in the morning." I was just like, "Yo, that nigga." I ain't gonna lie to you. That was such a crazy thought. If I tell you who this nigga is, you'll be like, "How?" Yeah, I'll be like,
he's
yo,
emotionally disturbed. That nigga is not well in his
disturbed. But I mean, laughing about it, like, "Yo, this is my favorite thing to do."
Yeah, that nigga's bugged out.
It's like, yo, okay.
But like I was saying. Most of the time when niggas get shot, it's about a nigga they don't even see. A nigga shot in the back, nigga shooting from across the street, all type of shit. I make you tough. If I got beef with you,
you are not tough because you're a shooter. You're not tough because you're a shooter. No, you're not. No. But I would say there's a level of senseless courage that comes along. Well, I think senseless courage kind of is under the umbrella of just ignorance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just ignorance. Yeah, so no, you're not. I was just about to cop a plea for the niggas that might be tough that have shot a gun, but
I'm not saying that if you shoot somebody that you're a pussy. I'm saying that a lot of niggas that shoot niggas
is pussy.
That don't mean come shoot me. I don't think I'm tough either. I'm just saying, if you really got beef with somebody, kill them with your bare hands. Like, I remember I was at work one day, right? And there's a thing that people do called getting shot in jail. Getting shot means you cut somebody's face. Because they don't have guns in there, so their gun is their little blade or whatever they have. And they just do a little swipe. It's like a reminder. You look in the mirror, you see somebody cut your face open. And you have to wear that scar for the rest of your life. That's how they think. Yeah. And that's what it is. It's like getting cut. I remember I was talking to this guy.
Getting cut worse than getting shot. I ain't gonna lie. Especially in your face, nigga.
No. Think about this. He was like, I was talking to this guy, right? And this is my man.
Niggas say getting stabbed worse than getting shot.
Getting stabbed and getting cut, two different things.
You right.
So he's like, listen, I'll tell you one thing about this shit. If I cut your face, that's a lesson. I didn't really want to hurt you. I just want to teach you something. Don't play with me like that. I was going to cut you in your face, and now you're going to look at that for the rest of your life and remind you. Now, if I stab you, I really want to do something to you. Like, I want you out of here. Like,
makes perfect sense.
So, and I was talking to this other guy, and this what made me think about that. He was saying, all these niggas that's walking around with these little scratchy shits and me cutting people's faces, them niggas is pussy. I like to stab them. I like to get up close and personal and really do it to them. And he was dead serious. He wasn't even laughing. He wasn't in no crazy mood. He was just talking to me normal. He was like, that's just how I move. Like, some Spanish niggas. You know, Spanish niggas love cutting niggas. But anyways, he was like, I really want to get in there and really stab you, poke you up. I really want to do it to you. And I'm looking at him like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
Intense, man.
But I'm holding it down. But in my head, I'm like, yo, this nigga's bugged out.
Yeah, that's intense.
He was like, just like niggas in the town, niggas walking around shooting niggas. Nah, I'm gonna come up to you and I'm gonna stab you.
What you know when a nigga said I love shooting niggas? I was like, yo, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, niggas, he's just not well in his head. But that don't make him tough either. Cause I really feel like if you want to prove that you're tough, just like we was talking about earlier, I'm more masculine than you. Yeah. I'm gonna come beat you up. Mm-hmm. That's more masculine than I'm gonna shoot a nigga, cause a girl could shoot you.
Yeah, that's true.
Think a girl's tougher than me? I mean, they could be, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
don't let her prove it. Don't let her prove it.
I definitely won't, cause my girl starts swinging on me. I'm covering up.
Your girl's the boxer.
Yeah, I was doing pad work with her yesterday. She was fucking, my shoulders hurting. I'm like, God damn.
That's tough. She got some power.
Yeah, that's why I need to start getting boxers. I can't have her walking around knowing how to fight better than me. We both just got to be a power couple, and we get into a street fight with a nigga and his girl. Couple. Yeah, we get into a street fight with a nigga and his girl, and we punch both of them out. That's gonna be like a movie, you heard?
That is a movie though.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That is a movie. Have you ever you seen that brunch clip from like 2 years ago?
Nah, what you talking about?
The brunch clip, look, it was a brawl like outside the brunch spot. These niggas in brunch clothes like rumbling. And then this one nigga knocks out like the 2-3 big dudes. You don't remember that brunch clip?
Nah, I seen a video of like an old nigga and he was beating up mad niggas, but I don't remember that one.
No, I don't think it was that. It was a brunch clip though. Like outside the brunch spot, everybody watching had brunch wear on. You know what I'm saying
niggas outside with Chelsea boots.
Yo, bro, he's fighting a nigga in. I think it was like penny loafers, pants up to his ankles. He had a polo on. You know what I'm saying? Brolic nigga too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got dropped. Yeah, but
that's another thing. A niggas be walking around big as hell.
That shit get you hyped though. That shit make you want to fight after brunch.
Yeah, though. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's important to know how to fight. Cause, and one thing about learning how to fight, that shit will really humble you. Because you walk in the gym, especially with boxing, cause niggas be all looking crazy, out of shape, big fat stomach. That nigga be the best boxer in the gym. Mm-hmm. So you walking around, looking around in the street, and be seeing niggas like. Cause you know, as a man, you walk in the room, you look at a nigga like, I'll fuck this nigga up.
Definitely walk around. Listen, man, you walk around the street just sizing niggas up.
Yeah,
just like cause. What do you mean? It's just what you have to do.
I'm looking at every nigga I meet. I'm like, can I beat this nigga? Yeah. I look at him, I'm like, fuck this nigga up. I break this nigga. But you don't know what that nigga know. That nigga might know some shit.
Might know some shit. You never know if he a black belt. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Nigga fucking might be a jiu-jitsu master and have you turn you to a fucking pretzel in the street.
Man.
Rip your jeans and all type of shit. Pause.
How you want to tap out?
Yeah, pause. Yo, what?
Pause. What?
But yeah, like just looks can be deceiving. Always stay on your guard. Always. That's why you have to learn how to fight. My kids is definitely learning how to fight from young. What the fuck did I say that was pause just now?
Me, man. Tap out was crazy. That was crazy. What the fuck? My God. What? All right, go ahead. I mean, contextually, I mean, it wasn't, but
but
yeah.
context don't matter.
Yeah, context don't matter. Like, watch your mouth.
Yeah, but
Shit.
niggas definitely gotta learn how to something. My kids gonna be from a young age how to wrestle, how to box, or do some type of striking, grappling. Gotta have those 2 disciplines.
Yeah.
And you be sturdy. You be good. I'm not saying you gotta walk around fighting niggas, but just know how to defend yourself if the situation
I ain't
ever
gonna lie,
occurs.
it was definitely tough rustling and tussling when. Pause, man. Fuck.
Continue what you were saying.
Should
Wrestling, tussling with who?
Nah. What are you talking about? I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that.
Yo, we can roll the clip back. You said rustling.
I didn't say it. All right. No.
Rustling and tussling. You was like this. We had 2 hands like this. He was like, I was rustling and tussling.
What Jason do? It? Wanna rustle, wanna tussle?
Oh, I know you talking about. I know the dance. He's like,
Wanna rustle, wanna tussle.
that's something like that. The TikTok nigga.
Nah, Jason, you are flagrant. But yeah, it was always interesting to me because I was the oldest cousin amongst the cousins that I was closest to, and I would see like all the time. I was the oldest one, so I didn't have it wasn't a lot of me play fighting with my cousins, and I didn't have no siblings. I'm 12, 13 years older than my brother, so I didn't get to play fight a lot. And when you was play fighting with niggas, I would always think like, damn, I'm very inexperienced in grappling. Mm-hmm. I'm very inexperienced in grappling, just because I would always get myself in a position where I'm compromised. always, and I would do it. It was almost like my instinct would be to become compromised. You know what I'm saying? And in that position, I'd just be like, damn, nigga. Every fucking time. And it'd just be like, yo, y'all niggas. But they had uncles they would wrestle with. They had cousins, siblings who they could play fight with. So you had that experience of grappling. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's definitely important for you to have that skill. But it was definitely always something I lacked on. You know what I'm saying? My hands was quick, but nigga come charge you because he don't like how your hands is moving. You know what I'm saying? I go like this. I go like what my instinct was, because I could always pick a nigga up and slam him. Always put you on your neck. Always, from a little young age. Only experience I had was with my cousins in London, but I only seen them how many times. First, my instinct was going, put my head under, and trying to get you by your legs. What does a nigga who has grappling experience do?
I'm gonna choke you.
He's gonna fucking choke me every time.
Yeah,
I got choked. Every time, you dickhead. Why are you putting your... Yo, bro, I couldn't help it, though. I'm like, oh, you trying to charge me? Let me take you up top.
Niggas fiend you out.
Headlock, fiend. Every time, bro. It was so frustrating. That's why it's very important. It's very important for you to fucking learn how to grapple, man.
I'm saying one striking.
Did a lot of movement.
One strike. Yo, you gotta... This nigga come back with the sweat and shit. It's that's what I'm saying. One striking, one grappling, and you're sturdy. You can handle yourself in any situation, on most situations at least. No matter how big, how small you are. If you know what you're doing, if you have the good technique, you are going to be eons better than the average person. Like, if you walk into a jiu-jitsu gym right now, and you facing a nigga that's a white belt, and you're a white belt too, white belt just signifies how much time you have in. That doesn't mean how good you are, because they're not going to just give you a belt if you have transferable skills from another discipline. You got to work your way up the same way.
Not facts.
So a nigga that's been a white belt for a year versus somebody that's been a white belt for a day or a month or half a year you are gonna get demolished immediately.
Yeah. It's not gonna be good for you.
Hell no. That's why you gotta start as early as you can. I'm tight. I waited as long as I did now to start wanting to get into combat sports. I should have been doing this from when I was in my early 20s. I might have been a fighter right now.
Yeah, nah, dead ass. Yeah.
Like,
if I did this, just when I was starting college, yeah, I probably, you know what I'm saying, have 10 under my belt.
I was so sucked up in trying to be a fucking basketball player. I didn't even want to play no fucking basketball. I was just doing it because I like being good at something. Like, that's the only... I was talking to my family about this the other day, too. Like, I wasn't no I wasn't no professional player, nothing like that. But
Yeah.
I think my level of skill, basketball wise, was
Every once in a while though, you play with a pro that might have told you, "Hey, you alright, my nigga."
I didn't care about none of that because my friends.
I cared. Anytime I play with a pro,
A lot
and
of
he would gas me, I'd be like,
it was
gotta keep going.
It wasn't really like that because a lot of my
Gas you.
friends they played professional. Like I have boys that play in the NBA and stuff like that. So it was always niggas knew there was a difference, and nobody ever. Oh my god, it was never like oh yo you should do that because like the levels of it. Like I wasn't playing no college. Like I played college a tiny bit, but nigga was injured, so I was like I didn't give a fuck about none of that. So I was just playing just because it felt good to go to a game and I had 20 today, I had 30 today, whatever. But that was the only thing I was getting out of it. It wasn't because I love playing basketball.
20 points, 30
like
points.
I never, even now I don't care about basketball. I don't want to play no more. I'd rather learn how to do something that's actually gonna be productive in my life, like learn how to fight.
Definitely want to still play basketball. What?
All right, I'm saying that's you, but I'm saying for me, like I don't care. Like I never really cared that much. Like even remember my first ever injury, I was in high school, and I had just got a scholarship to go to a prep school, so I was gonna leave, and then I was gonna leave like in the beginning of my high school senior year, and then go to prep, and I tore a ligament in my ankle, and I remember niggas being like, "Yo, I know it hurts you right now. I know you tight, you can't play." And I thought about it. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And I thought I would because that's all I was doing for years and years and years. But then it was like, I'm chilling right now. Like I'm walking around with the boot. I get to take the elevator all the time. Not that the perks is what made me feel like that, but it's just like me not doing something that I thought I was in love with made me realize I really don't really care. Like I was just doing it because I felt like I was good at it, so it was like something to do. I like doing things that I'm good at, so I feel like if I got into boxing, maybe I wouldn't want to be a professional boxer, but just being good at it would give me the dopamine, serotonin boost that I would have wanted from a different aspect of my life.
Yeah, I definitely like when niggas, you know what I'm saying? I finished that couple rounds and he's like, "Nah, man, you have to keep going with this." You know what I'm saying my trainer got a little accent.
What kind of accent was that?
When he tells me I'm good, you know what I'm saying? It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
This thing is crazy.
Word. But back to another thing that kids, or a good skill that people are lacking more and more nowadays. I was speaking with a homegirl of mine, and she was telling me how, several homegirls have complained about this actually. How niggas just ain't handy no more, and niggas just don't know how to fix shit. Like niggas just are not domestically sound. You know what I'm saying? They gotta call for everything. They gotta pay for everything, for anything to be done. They don't know how to use their hands. Put up a shelf. Put up a fucking TV. Build a shelf. You know what I'm saying?
There's multiple reasons for that. For
Please.
one, back in the day when like the times of our parents, right? You could get by with just a job. So there was more time to do other things.
Okay.
Like I could learn this, I could have a hobby, I could learn a skill, whereas opposed to now, we're in like a grind culture. So where it's like I always have to be making money. The first thing my value in society and within my friend groups and being like social credit score, being that nigga is based off of how much money I have. So me learning how to fix a kitchen cabinet, how was that adding to that? Where is the real value being added in my life? What I see of me learning how to do something around the house as opposed to finding another way to make money. When I could pay I'm gonna get the money and I could pay for somebody else to do it. I'm not saying that it's pointless or anything like that, but that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how to change a tire. Could I learn how to change a tire? Yeah, I go on YouTube, and it's very accessible for me to learn these different types of skills.
You know how to change a tire.
I could do it.
You don't know how to change a tire.
Yeah,
but I didn't know. Before I changed the tire, I didn't know how to change a tire until my tire was flat and I had to change a tire, and I just did it.
I mean, it's not rocket science. You just lift the
It's
car.
not rocket
You
science.
lift you losing the nut.
Definitely
probably.
not rocket science though.
You lift the car, then you completely take off the nut. You pull the tire, blah blah blah, all that shit. I mean,
you lift the car up and you
like
you fucking take the nuts
see it
out.
in movies.
You
It's not
unscrew
rocket
it.
science.
It's
Like
not,
I'm saying I could figure it out, but
yeah.
just like if a lock breaks in my house, I could go on YouTube and just buy the lock and fix it myself. But would I rather call a locksmith? Maybe, because what, I'm gonna pay $30 as opposed to wasting 2 hours. Maybe. But that's just how it is. Everything is fast-paced. Especially we live here in New York. Down south is probably a whole different thing because you can get by with one job.
That nigga killed that argument. You killed that. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what it is.
Smoke that.
And then think about this. Girls don't really, they on the internet they might say, but those types of things that they're asking for, those are blue collar things. How much girls you know that want a blue collar nigga? A nigga that's gonna come home sweaty every day.
Talk.
Come home sweaty,
Talk.
dirty, and not making as much money as a nigga that just sit on his laptop at a stay at home job.
Come on, Rev Cash. Come on.
Think about it. It's all about the money. If I'm sitting at home all day and I'm making $80K just sleeping and then pretending like I'm working, as opposed to the nigga that's making 60, breaking his fucking back all day, changing locks and being a handyman in somebody else's house.
Yeah.
Which one you gonna pick?
If it ain't about the money.
So girls making a lot of arguments like that for things that they don't even really care about. They just saying stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, plus think about this. Why don't you know how to do it?
I mean, but when you want a husband, that's what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I dig that.
I could understand that, but at the end of the day, why don't you know how to do that?
What?
Why doesn't the girl know how to do that?
Why should she know how to do that?
Why not? You're a grown adult. You live by yourself, and you don't know how to fix things in your own house.
We're not equals.
We are equal.
We're not equals.
We are.
We're not.
What makes us not equal?
Men and
we
women
have all the same opportunities.
Men and women aren't equal. Men and women aren't equal. Double standards apply, and they will always apply, and they should apply. Don't ever try to get out of the double standard, like status quo, whatever the fuck it's called.
No, I will.
Conformality. No, it's not. It should stay.
No, I don't think so. And in certain things, okay, but if
you hide outside right now, take your shirt off, walk around.
That's why I'm saying in certain things there has to be a double standard as far as like that, because women's bodies are more sexualized than men, so obviously she can't just walk down with her titties hanging out. But as far as things like simple things like that, knowing how to change a light bulb or something like
please,
that,
what are you talking about? That's a screw. But we talking about motherfucking. Should she know how to put the AC unit in the window?
That's a strength thing. That's not a skill. That's not a skill issue. That's like the AC is heavy. I'm talking about something that you can easily learn. Something like you were saying, like fixing the kitchen cabinet or changing a lock. Those things are easy to do. So you're gonna get mad at me for not knowing how to do something you could also learn easily, just as easily. All you gotta do is watch a 2-minute YouTube video and you learn the same exact things that you're asking a man to know how to do. So why are you gonna be mad at me for not knowing something that you should know how to do also? You live by yourself. So why wouldn't you know how to do something in your own house? Things are not that complicated. It's not like I had to go to trade school to learn how to do something. It's something that you can easily learn. It's just have the same amount of access to something as you.
No.
Yes.
Because one. So let me tell you why. Most of the times, the type of woman that we would want, or the ideal woman, would be from a 2-parent household. Now, if you're from a 2-parent household, you have OG standards, OG values. If you have OG values, your daddy was fixing shit, not your mom's. Most women who got mothers, or most women who come from 2-parent households, their mothers weren't the ones that was fixing and doing all of the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? She might have known how to, perform a few things apart from the other domestic duties she had. She might have known how to repair a few things, but for the most part, she waited for dad to come, get the toolbox out the garage or the closet, and go handle that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that just passed down. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think somebody being dependent on you is attractive?
I'm somebody who actually likes being depended on.
So that'll be yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think I hold myself to a standard of high dependability. I'm not gonna lie to you, just because of responsibilities I have with my family and shit like that. Like, I take being dependable very seriously.
Do you desire that same quality from a girl? Like, you want a girl that
if I love her, if I don't love her, I mean, why do you? No, I don't. Don't
So
depend on me before I love you.
So you offer your availability
To an
to be
extent.
dependent on to every girl that you talk to, and you wouldn't expect.
Say it again.
You offer the same level of availability to dependability from every girl you talk to, as opposed to you expecting the same from them. Because you said you only want that from a girl that you love.
I don't love every girl I talk to.
I know, but I'm saying, oh, so you're saying you're only available like that to a girl that you love, but that's what you're saying.
Yeah, in terms of that standard of dependability, I mean, yeah. I don't think you should depend on me before we reach a certain threshold of our relationship. You shouldn't depend on me for anything because I wasn't there. I just came here.
That's fair.
I just came here. What are you talking about? Dependent? How you gonna lean on me when the wall wasn't even there? So how you gonna lean on it? How you gonna get used to leaning on a wall that wasn't even there? You've been standing straight this whole time, so keep standing straight.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Word.
I feel like a lot of people feel like that too.
Yeah, what the fuck? Bitch, I just came here. What you mean?
But,
Cash app you for
look,
your nails.
That's what I'm saying. You look at people in it and they just got their hand out.
Oh, of course.
But
shorties want cash apps because, they're pretty. And they get them. Because that's society. That's the society we live in.
Niggas is dumb. That's just what it is.
Also that, too. You know what I'm saying?
But that comes from the social credit score being built off of how much money I have. And they feel like that's going to...
That comes from the social credit score of a woman. And...
It goes both ways.
The more attractive you are as a woman, the more access you have. And the more opportunity you have to elevate your life without necessarily putting in too much work, or without really the work you're doing to be rigorous. It's not, you know what I'm saying? You really just have to maintain your beauty.
Yeah, but that's something that's been passed down, because before you get away with just one income. Like the times of when our parents was kids, they grew up with your grandfather working and your mom, the grandmother, just stay-at-home mom, and you could have a good life like that.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a house and all of that, but now you could barely have an apartment with just one income. So
yeah, that's true, man. That's true. Shit, yo, but look, this acting class, man, I'm about to reach a year. Shit is over next week. Last week in class, man, had a scene. I love this acting shit, bro. I didn't know. I was telling my man, I didn't know. I knew I liked acting. I knew I would like acting. And I knew that it was something I wanted to do. I didn't know I loved it until completing the scene and the feeling I had after completing the scene.
So this last week made you realize the reason you love acting? Well, that you loved acting.
Boy, I felt like I scored 40.
What happened?
I felt like it was just a scene. The scene right there, matter of fact.
Oh, this is the one that you
That's
was
the scene right there. Yeah, facts.
Okay.
That's the scene right there. Dog. The amount of elation that I had going through my body. Oh my God. I was just out, I was sitting down after, and I'm just like, my nigga, what is that? And I felt that before, but I didn't really connect it to the acting because of the specific activity we was doing. It was like you had to really, there was a goal in the activity. I think one of the last times I felt that, but this time it was just completion or just doing it. And I just felt like, I feel like I would in a basketball game. And I love basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, wait, nah, I love this shit. I love this shit. I said, whoa. Yeah. So, yeah, by the end of 2025, I need to be on the screen. I ain't gonna lie. I need to be on the screen.
2025?
A major production, huh?
Oh, about major production.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving myself 20.
Have you done any on film work yet as of yet? On camera work, I mean.
I've done on camera work, but it's been small on camera work. It's not like been nothing major.
I mean, like something that like an advertisement or.
Oh
like...
no! I haven't done those yet. No. Me and my guy about to shoot a Nike spec ad though.
Okay.
Yeah, we about to shoot a Nike spec ad. I'm actually working on writing the what is it? What's that called? Writing the
Treatment.
Is it the treatment?
That's what they call it for music videos and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, it might be the treatment. I mean, it's really just what I'm going to say under the background music or in front of the background music. Under the background. What? Yeah, in front of the background music, just, what I'm going to say. Yeah, man, so this spec ad, that's what I want to work on, or that's what I'm working on now. So, yeah, that'll be coming soon.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to post it for all of our viewers to watch. Acting, that's something that I definitely wanted to get into, because I used to model before, so that was like, that would kind of go hand in hand for the most part, and that's always something I really want to get into, but I just felt like that was kind of rude. I always felt like I didn't really have the support, I guess, because at the end of the day, you gotta make money, and by the time I had started getting into all that, I was like grown, like I was in college, so like I was acting, I was making a little bit of, I mean, not acting, I was modeling, I was making a little bit of money, but it was nothing enough to support myself, to do things I want to do. Act like I ended up getting a car because I needed a car, and it was just,
you should get back to it.
I would like to, but right now, with my current employment, I don't have enough free time to do so. But when I get to the job that I want to get to, I definitely want to delve into. But I just hope that my time isn't fleeting, because I feel like I should have stayed on it from when I was younger, and I probably could have been far by now. But I still look young, so it's not like I'm gonna be an old ass man. This is gonna be a couple years.
Shave all that shit off, nigga.
Nah, I don't know about shaving. I kind of like. It took me my whole life to grow this, man.
It came kind of quick once it started coming, which is.
Listen.
Which is odd.
Don't worry about what I got going on over here. Just know that.
Yeah, just shave that shit off. You be alright.
Got the beard growing and all of that, but yeah, I did a spec ad too. I don't know if you seen that, but I have on Instagram. I did like a spec ad for like Gatorade, and I had like written and kind of directed my own ad for the clothing line, and I had a commercial for that, and I have a couple photo shoots. So I have like a tiny bit of experience, but it's nothing like memorizing lines or anything like that. But I mean, I had like drama class when I was
Ooh, really?
Yeah, when I was in school, we had to take drama, and I would be on stage.
Bum ass schools in New York City didn't have that.
Yeah, I didn't.
She was in Queens.
I didn't take it seriously, but like I remember my acting teacher and like my English teacher. Every time we had to do some type of presentation, I would always choose to do some type of acting or like whatever, and they would be like, "Oh, you should try to pursue that," blah blah blah, and I would be like, whatever, because it's like, nigga, they went for acting. What you talking about? And even like before I took my job now, I remember my aunt told me, she was like, "Why would you take that job?" I'm like, "What you mean? Why would I take this job? Like niggas that make money, they're like, it's not like in her kid's situation where they weren't so pressed for money and they could have explored their passions more than something that they needed right now." Yeah. She's like, "I see you like doing like." Why don't you keep modeling? Why don't you start trying to act like that's what I see you doing?
Because I'm a brokey.
Yeah, nigga, I'm broke. I'm talking about I need money first. Once I get to a point where I feel like I'm financially stable.
Who's financing me?
Yeah.
That's also the thing. It's like you really got to finance yourself and your dreams, when you really want to do something. That part is not spoken about enough. And a support system is very important as well. They may not have to support you financially, but you definitely want the, emotional support, you know what I'm saying? So the people around you, or so you can feel like the people around you, are behind you, and want to see you do well at whatever you choose to do. So that's definitely important, just from a morale standpoint.
Yeah. That's definitely true. I don't really I never really cared about that as much, like as far as even with this, right? Like we were talking about doing a podcast before the pandemic.
2017, boy.
Yeah,
I remember. I had the Maximo.
Yeah. So it was like, it wasn't so much that we couldn't do it, but it was just like the time and the money.
Yeah.
And even now, I don't really have the time, but niggas got the money, so it's like we can do other things. Like I don't really need. I mean, it's cool that people like push me. People are like, "Oh, you should do this, you should do that," and then now people like watch it because that's what they've been asking for before. But even if nobody watch, that's something I'll still do because I want to do it. I don't really care if somebody else tell me like, "Oh, I think you should do this," or "Why don't you do this?" I'm doing something that I want to do because I want to do it, whether you like it or not. And that's the biggest part of what causes success.
I be caring. I want people to watch.
Nah, it's not that.
I'm not really gonna make people watch though.
It's not that I don't care if people watch or not. It's just if people did not watch, I would still want to do it. Like even with, it's just something that I want to do. Like even with like me doing the video game videos, like doing gameplay and stuff like that. Niggas would not be watching that shit, but I'm gonna still do it because that's what I always wanted to do since I was a little ass kid. I remember being 12 years old. I didn't even have internet in my house. I would only be able to go on the computer twice a month. I'll have to wait until I went to my dad's house when I see my dad once or twice a month, and I would watch all the videos I could think of in that small time, and I would go home and just think about I'd be playing the game by myself, like, damn, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that, but I didn't have the ability to. So now that I do have the ability to, that's what I want to do, regardless of what anybody thinks or somebody want to do that. But I guess that would be something that you would call a passion because regardless of how successful you are at that thing,
you want to do it.
Yeah, it's just something that makes you happy to do.
Yeah, it brings you joy just doing it. That's a fact. That's true. What do you feel about Sexy Red going to high schools?
I mean, nigga, every rapper have songs where they say crazy shit, so I'm not gonna get mad at her for going to high school. I mean, performing a certain song, but I don't think she was performing. I think the clip just the clip that they had of her walking into that song made it seem like she was doing a performance, but she was just there, and that was her most famous song, so that's what they played. And then she was there to talk to the kids about.
Oh,
whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think she was performing. She said
I thought it was like a homecoming event. She was performing for them.
No,
boys.
she said she was there to pay for people's suits and haircuts because they were having prom.
Is she signed?
I have no idea. But she's making money. She's
doing
songs. She's doing songs with all these people. Like she got big records. So shout out to Sexy Red. You know, I like her a lot. She's cool. Like I like the way she raps is definitely of the times of now, and I feel like
said.
She found her sound, and she might not have the best flow or the best lyrics, but her lyrics are definitely interesting.
That's all right.
Yeah, she knows how to flow, and she knows how to make a song. And
shit, what else you need?
Yeah,
what else you goddamn need, man? I don't know if all the girls want to be her, and all of the boys want to do her, but
definitely not.
But she has appeal, massive appeal.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
she's confident and she says a lot of crazy shit. Like she have a lot of quotable lines, like, dreadheads do it the best.
Huh?
Dreadheads do it the best. That's a fire line.
You used to be a dreadhead, so you think it's fire.
Well, I mean, even now I don't have dreadheads, but that's still like
a fire. That's a fire line. What?
That is a fire line.
Have you been done by a dreadhead, nigga? All right, cool. Yeah, we done.
All right, I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next. Just because it's a dreadhead doesn't mean that it's a.
We're done.
It doesn't mean that it's a
nigga.
To
answer the question.
It doesn't mean that's a nigga. It can be a girl. Girls got dreads too.
Have you been done, nigga?
I was thinking. Done? What do you mean done? Done just means have sex.
Think about that? How you even blink?
I don't remember if I had sex with a girl that had dreads before.
No. I said, have you been done by? Have you been did, nigga? By a dreadhead nigga. What are you talking about?
You didn't say nigga.
She said dreadheads do it the best. I said, have you been done by a dreadhead? In the context that we talking about. In the context that we talking about, Sexy Red mentioned a dreadhead.
Yeah.
She didn't mention a dreadhead woman. In her context, she mentioned man. Then boom. Context, I ask you the question, and I say you used to be a guy, or whatever I said. I comment. You used to be a dreadhead. Then you said the line was fire. Then I question you saying, have you ever been done by a dreadhead? Now are you going to change genders on me when we've been talking about dreadhead men the whole time?
No, because she didn't specify what the dreadhead was doing. She just said whatever they was doing, they do it the best. That could be giving head. So you could be asking me if I ever got head from a dreadhead. Whoa. That doesn't mean it's a nigga.
First of all, we don't call girls with dreads dreadheads.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't. We call them girls with dreads. We call them girls with dreads. We don't call women with dreads dreadheads. When? When do we ever do that?
I didn't know dreadhead was a gender-specific term.
Hell yeah, it's gender-specific, dog. Dreadhead is a masculine term. Ski it. What are you talking about? That's a masculine term. This nigga's tripping. Please clarify that you have not been done by a dreadhead.
No, I've never dealt with any man in any sexual capacity.
Nah, this new generation different. I ain't gonna lie. Because a lot of y'all, no, let's not get there. Let me chill.
Anyways, I appreciate y'all for tuning in once again to the Straw Man Podcast. I'm going to catch y'all on the next episode.